What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, on today's video I will show you more thoughts that is directly related to the most recent news that NBH hydrocarbons lost their main property, their main asset, and I will show you what should we expect next as a shareholders and what steps do we need to perform in order to see some positive results. And before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. So let's start with this news again. And yesterday I showed you that NBH hydrocarbons lost their rights to discover the Orogrande prospect. And in my yesterday's video I showed you that NBH hydrocarbons pretty much lost the vast majority of their intrinsic value. And definitely right after this I received a lot of let's put it this way, not so pleasant comments that are related to my thoughts, but guys, it is what it is. We have to realize the current position of NBH hydrocarbons, and so far the lease is cancelled and Orogrande Basin is not a property that might be discovered by NBH, and that's it. So, but let me show you what should we expect on top of that. We have to know why this decision was made, and this decision was forced from the side of university lands. And here is the tweet, and yesterday I saw this type of tweets with the set of people, with the board of directors of university lands, and these tweets, the main idea of these tweets was that these people are guilty in our problems. Guys, you shouldn't do this. Let me show you this tweet that was published by the Free Market Asylum, and it says, University Lands Board members, without any further add-ons. And here you can see four members of their board of directors, and Mark Basil wrote this: MMTLP, you don't know the reasons for their decision. No one does. Posting their pictures and names is dangerous because there are some unhinged community members that will blame them. Remember the reposts someone threatened FINRA employees. Knock it off, grow up and act adult. Let NBH hydrocarbons sue if they have grounds. Guys, this is the crucial part of Mark Basil's statement, because if something's wrong with this lease and with the negotiations, definitely in this case we will see the lawsuit. But otherwise, all of the thoughts is nothing more just speculations, and we shouldn't blame anyone in this decision. And let me show you this quite interesting tweet, and that is more important, it was written by Roman Swoops, and he wrote this: looks like wells are supposed to be for production. Likely the reason they lost the leases is they didn't follow the terms of the lease and got called out December 31st, 2023, as they disclosed a triggering event in the 10K. And Roman Swoops refers to the tweet that was written by Insane, and let me quote you this: extension of drilling and development unit. Provided operator satisfied the drilling and development obligations as set out in Article 4.2 on or before December 31st, 2024. The parties may renegotiate for an additional 5-year term, extending the term of the agreement until December 31st of 2029. This additional term will be based on a consideration fee of $25 per undeveloped acre, or an increased number of wells to be drilled and completed during this term, or a combination of these two provisions. So guys, what is more important to know is the price, $25 per undeveloped acre. And this means if you multiply 134,000 of acres of Orogrande Basin that was in this list. If you multiply it by 25, it will be more than $3 million of fees to university lands. And guys, this is the pure evidence that the oil is there, and it was there, and basically it is there right now. Because think of it like this: why university land cancel this contract if there is no oil in it? It doesn't make sense, because in this case, if there is no oil, they just receive this 3.3, I guess, million dollars. Otherwise, if there is oil inside this property and the company is starting to drill more wells for production, in this case, they will have even more money. And this means this Orogrande Basin has a lot of oil in it. And that is why, guys, it wasn't some kind of misleading information from people who tried to push our case down, because this is a pure evidence of this fact. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. The next thoughts from Rare GD. He wrote, Greg McCabe invested millions of dollars in the Orogrande. More money went into redoing the financials in order to get the 40 million S1 approved by the SEC. The SEC has known at least since December 2022 from George Palliker's statement that NextBridge needed money to operate. It was very public knowledge that the Orogrande assets were under lease and that there were specific requirements needed in order to maintain the lease. So why didn't SEC comment on the 40 million share S1 or make it effective? Was the NextBridge counting on that money to meet their obligations? This isn't an isolated incident. From ignoring the TRCH short positions moved overseas, the OCC, which is overseen by the SEC, creating options in TRCH suspiciously right before the reverse merger, which protected shorts and paved the way for the Series A share to become tradable as MMTLP. Similarly, no SEC investigation into the fraudulent information used to get MMTLP trading or the dummy instrument utilized. To the SEC taking their time on the spin-off S1 requiring minor changes. To the SEC meeting with FINRA, which is also overseen by the SEC, including their legal counsel and names that appeared in the MMTLP FOIA thread, yet hiding this knowledge from the public. FINRA bullshitting both MMTLP and MMAT, but keeping the findings secret. To FINRA sabotaging the MMTLP corporate actions, define their own rules in an effort to seemingly once again protect short position holders. Working with the Meta board of directors that ousted Palliker's in order to investigate the former CEOs, but doing nothing to investigate the mismanagement of Meta materials that led to their bankruptcy. No positive media coverage by major outlets, but of course NextBridge gets mentioned by Fox when they lose their Orogrande assets. I know I left some out. It kinda seems like the SEC has been interfering with TRCH, MMAT and MMTLP. Just my opinion though. So guys, yes, we have a lot of coincidences that lead to the current status of NextBridge hydrocarbons and that lead to the current news. But why didn't they investigate these, let's put it this way, misunderstandings? It doesn't make sense in my opinion, because SEC's main duty is to oversee the markets, and this is violations from their side as well. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. A lot of people are trying to find guilty people inside our MMTLP community. And guess what? One of these people might be Mark Basile. And Mark Basile wrote in response to these allegations following. He wrote this 19 hours ago. Our firm's client Anna Trades is representative of all legitimate MMTLP holders, and we told you several months ago that NextBridge's interests are not the same as hers. Who told you different? Anna was attacked by the same people who have continually hoodwinked you into believing various versions of hoping over the last 2 years. That's who you should direct your anger towards. He also responded to this tweet. Anna Trades has been your client for years. What have you accomplished for her or any of the legitimate MMTLP holders? Mark responded, Brian, that doesn't even deserve a response. At least there is a pending court action that may get answers. What have you done other than complain? Definitely need to reprogramming. Consider it. Brian said the following. You know what? You're right. These were my first complaints on here. But if we are going by results, you have done nothing either. I am a woodworker. I built a furniture and cabinets for my clients. You're a lawyer, hired how long ago to do something with your expertise. Where are you at? And Mark responded, I filed 2 petitions and lost because of the law, not because we haven't tried. I filed the lawsuit in Florida that is pending, besides the thousands of hours I spent in spaces educating holders on the law. So, where I am at is a lot further along than anyone else has been able to get. Still trying. How about this? I get the info for the community that can help towards a resolution, and you build me a guitar. Consider I'm not getting paid for my work. What do you think? So guys, I have to say that I still stand on my position that the only path to the resolution, the most promising and basically the only path, is through litigation processes. And we have just 2 cases on the table right now. It is one of them is Mark Basil's case, where Anna Trades is the lead plaintiff, and the second one is Scott Roth's case. Both of these cases are RICO cases. This means all the damages will be tripled in order to make a payout to cover all these damages. And that is why, guys, I think we have to keep in mind that Mark Basil is working hard, and he cannot act like a person who has no skin in the game. He has skin in the game because of the contract that he signed with Anna when she became his client. And that is why, guys, please be careful with your statements. On top of that, take a look right here. Southern Oracle 06 wrote this. MMTLP. Next breach didn't represent the interests of Basil's client. I remember that day vividly. I also remember Mark and Anna getting dragged for it. Does everyone turn into a shill, or is the truth just really inconvenient to some folks? And Mark wrote this. MMTLP. A lot of people are in denial with over a year of continuing redirected misplaced hope. Anna and I did nothing but help the community at every step. They may not like the rhetoric, but it was necessary because without pushing back, thousands more may have been hurt. All they kept doing is running the community down a path that kept changing, while criticizing those that took different action or had a different opinion. Just another form of TDS. Voltron was accurate, DD not so much. These shields have been looking for scapegoats for more than a year as well. Right now, one of the only paths remaining is to amend the S1 and provide that the shares that are being registered will be listed on a national exchange, although NBH may not qualify under listing standards. Then use the company's stock as consideration. Find an EBITDA positive private company to roll in and create some value. So guys, definitely you have to keep this in mind that if you are trying to attack these people, the people who are consistently working at least in a favor of one community member, one shareholder, and to be honest, these actions are for all of the community members. In this case, you have to think twice before you are trying to blame them. So, and let me show you another tweet from Mark Basil that proves that he helps the MMTLP community. Mark wrote this to Scott on October the 8th, and you know that Scott just recently received a motion to dismiss of his case, and Mark found out that this motion was made improperly, and he suggests the following. Scott, don't let them convolute the issues. Here is the holding of the United States Supreme Court in Spiridzi. Their motion is frivolous motion to dismiss, and you should seek sanctions against the attorneys for multiplying the proceedings. The motion to dismiss seems to have been filed in bad faith, because the SCOTUS held the court lacks discretion to dismiss the case pending a decision on the motion to compel arbitration. Blatant. They are playing with you because you are pro se. I think they have bitten off more than they can chew with you. And he added this screenshot that might help Scott to fight against the Schwab's attorneys. And guys, I have to admit that we are still in a fight, and we are not going away, but you have to understand and you have to realize that the intrinsic value at this very moment of next bridge hydrocarbons becomes much lower than it was just several days ago. And if 2 days of trading is granted by the judge, in this case, the price, the base price of this stock will be much cheaper than you can even imagine. That is why, guys, I still stand on my position that 2 days of trading is not only the least probable outcome, but it is the least favorable for us. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.